They'll run it with Hardy. Beck's going for the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
After the touchdown, if they could get this 2, we'll have a tie ball game.
Kill. 674, take off.
They'll keep it on the ground with Hardy. This time, he'll be stopped short of the goal line. So after scoring the touchdown, he tried to tack on the 2-point conversion, but was denied. He'll bring it out. It's Singleton. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. To the air, it's Daniels. He's going to fire deep. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, this guy has had himself a day. Already over 100 yards receiving in the game, so no wonder the quarterback's looking his way, and no wonder the defense now has finally figured out they're trying to throw it to him. So we got to cover him. We got to knock balls down and force incompletions.
Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Upstairs, he's got it. Racing down the left side. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Seminoles. Once he got some room, it was over.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Simmons. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Makes a grab for a big play. Off and running. Touchdown, Tigers. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. Back to throw, it's Simmons. He's got it. 2-point conversion is good, and now they trail by only 1. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They're going to throw it to start the drive. He hurls one deep down the left side. Goes high to pull it in. Breaks into the open. To the house. Touchdown, Knowles. He is dialed in. David, remember when we called Jameis Winston's debut? 27 passes, not one hit the ground. The 2 incompletions were caught out of bounds. This guy's locked in like that.
Locked in, dialed in. And when you're compared to Jameis Winston, and by the way, I mean, he was in fuego that night. It was awesome to be there. Those are the kind of guys that catapult you to the next level and bring Florida State back.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Throwing Simmons. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers. He scores for the 5th time in this game.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of the defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
He gets into the end zone to convert, and they'll tack on a couple right before the half. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. To the air. It's Daniels. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms.
214 close.
Here's Simmons to throw. Fires to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. The Noles will line up to kick off and start the second half. Out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get to the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Simmons. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Got a good one going here. All tied up in the third. It's 2nd and 10. Just keep slinging it. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. He wants to change this route. Austin Simmons firing again. He'll let it go to the left. Underneath Tulsa coverage. Got it deep downfield. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. The Tigers are flying down the field. Throwing Simmons. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Simmons. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, this quarterback now has over 400 yards passing. To do that, you have to have weapons catching the ball. You've seen that in this offense all game long. There are some dangerous playmakers in the perimeter.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! That one will give them the lead. If you're able to move the ball on a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. Now they'll try to answer that opening scoring drive here in the 2nd half. Wants to throw on first down. Pucks it out of the air.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And the Seminoles can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And that's exactly what I would do, too. Why would I not keep throwing that dude the football? I know it was incompletion, but he has had a day. He's been cooking this second.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Here's Simmons to throw. Zings it complete to the right. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
On first down from the 13-yard line. To the air, it's Simmons. He's got it on the move. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside of wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to...
Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points. He's in the house for the 6th time in this game. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
This should be the last play of the quarter. They'll give it on the counter. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. That's it for the period, and Missouri has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Both of these offenses just up and down the field, scoring at will. This QB's already got over 150 passing yards in the game, so he's not going to stop slinging it. Which defense can get a stop?
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Fires to the right. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
All right, so they fail on that 4th down, but the game is not over yet. There's still time. Defense has to get the ball back quickly. Offense is going to have to score quickly. You have to execute now.
Simmons lets it fly deep downfield. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Missouri! Into the end zone for the 7th time in this game.
And that was a play call the coordinator had in his back pocket. He was hoping his defense would get the stop on 4th down. They did. There was no question. He was telling his quarterback, if we take the field, we're taking a shot. You know who you're throwing it to. What a great job of having a shot play ready to go, and it pays off.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. as here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their cover.
He's going for a big play downfield. Leaping grab for a big gain. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Daniels. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Makes a catch. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit and are still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Florida State.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Missouri's offense heads out ready to go. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Shakes off the defender. And he's brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that first down. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Hardy again. He breaks a tackle. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Missouri has it ready to go with another first down. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Hardy. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. The defense quickly calls a timeout, trying to save as much clock as possible. A buck 57 left. Here's a give to Hardy. Picked up 4 yards, now looking at 3rd and 6. Eager to get the football back with as much time remaining as possible. The defense uses a timeout. 1:53 showing on the clock. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. Under fire. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. Florida State calls its 3rd and final timeout. And they've used their last timeout, and now the offense can start burning the clock. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Sets up the screen. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. And this is sort of like a pinball machine. The numbers keep ticking up. He's closing in on 450 yards.
Yeah, Reese, and there's no defense for perfect throws, and that's what this guy's been delivering all game long. You know, the coverage hasn't always been awful, but this guy just finds a way to thread the needle.
Man, he just continues to be on fire at the quarterback spot, continues to chew up yards over 100, over 200, over 300. Now we're over 450. Have yourself...
Oh, he found a space on the right. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away and you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability.
Going for it all. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires deep toward the end zone. Got it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The Seminoles want to pick up the tempo. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Florida State.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Throwing Simmons. He's got the tight end. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. That's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
No big surprise there, right? We're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the...
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
After that sack, the offensive line better get it stuffed together. Stuff, you know what I mean by stuff. Third down. They'll try to run it in with Hardy. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down. Timeout is called with just a single second left. One more play to pad the stats. Quarterback may change this route. Fourth down, Simmons. That one comes out hot down the right side. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses. In this game, it was no different.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis.